So, I did it. I played Dark Souls 2. The game everyone talks shit about for some reason. And I'll tell you right now, it's got some rough parts, but honestly, it's not anywhere near as bad as people make it out to be. This game is very unique and interesting and frustrating. You saw me dodge, you literally saw me dodge. But it has its charm, and in the end, you could say I even liked it a little bit. And I really just wanted to talk about this game, because it is interesting. So I hope you enjoy this sort of analysis of DS2's gameplay. Maybe it can give you a fresh perspective on this game, as it did for me.
Oh my, your face.
First, let me talk about the level design of DS2. Now, I'm just going to say the level design itself is pretty standard from what we come to know Dark Souls for. Interconnectedness, multitude of paths to choose from, variety of layers and shortcuts to go through. It's honestly pretty fun. Also, there is a decent amount of backtracking, almost like a Metroidvania type thing, where once you get the King's Ring, you go back to these King's Gates, and they open. What the fuck do I do for this door? So even though I'm at 50, it's one of my favorite things in games, where you get an item and then you go back to an earlier area and then something new happens. Though, there are some areas that suck fucking majorly.
Bruh.
Please.
Bruh.
Yeah, it's over. One of the ones I had the most trouble with was this stupid ass fucking poison castle, man. I'm gonna die. He's gonna kill me. Like, bro, I'm whiffing everything. I'm whiffing everything. And not only do the enemies suck, but there's this one windmill that you're supposed to just randomly know that you have to bring a torch to burn it. And the torch mechanics in this game are kind of completely unexplained. Like, you have to go to the bonfire, press a specific button to actually activate a torch. It's like unlike any other game. What are you smoking? Bro, what do you mean light torch? Who designed this game, man? Okay, but in all honesty, the enemies don't really suck that much if you really just play slow and carefully. And the torch mechanics, that's inexcusable. I'm not even gonna lie. To be fair, the torch mechanic is not necessary to progress. It just helps. And once I figured it out from a YouTube tutorial, I knew how to do it for the rest of the game, so it wasn't that big of a deal. So let's just move away a little bit from actual level design, and let's get into enemy placement, which is way more devious in this. In fact, in Scholar of the First Sin, which is the edition that I played, there is actually additional enemy placements from the base game. And this version is considered to be harder, but generally more liked. So technically, if you wanted an easier experience, you could play the base version of the game. But this game will oftentimes have like 50 enemies before every boss, making runbacks a little toxic, I'm not gonna lie. And I can't really defend this too much, I mean, there is a mechanic in place that if you kill an enemy like 10 times, they stop respawning, but doing that to every enemy is a bit unreasonable. And also tack on the fact that fog walls don't give you invincibility frames like any other game, and it can get pretty bad. Dude, I got in the one time. It's never happening again. But honestly, besides like 1 to 2 areas, I didn't find this to be too annoying. And most areas are pretty much designed to be able to just run past most of the enemies with having to kill only a couple to actually fight a boss. So it's really not that bad. So now that I'm done blabbering about some of the more toxic elements of this game, let me talk about something that I really enjoyed, which is just the look. Like, this game looks beautiful. Every Dark Souls game does, but sometimes you just look out and there's just some amazing areas. And the enemy designs too. You really just feel like you're in this chaotic, insane world where anything is possible. From the haunting song in the Shrine of Amana, to the bone-chilling silence of a frozen city. In the chaotic whirlwind of dragons in the Dragon Shrine. And I think what I like a lot is the lack of music in these areas. Elden Ring and the other future titles have a lot of ambient music and stuff, but most areas are just silent, with just the sounds of the actual area itself. You really just feel so immersed. And honestly, I don't have much more to say. For me, most of the boss fights were pretty fine. None stand out too much, especially compared to the later games, but I think that's where the strength of Dark Souls 2 comes in. It doesn't rely heavily on spectacle boss fights. It more relies on the atmosphere and the overall just gameplay of wandering around this ruined world. If I wanted crazy boss fights, I'd play like Night Rain or something. But, you know, this game has got all the ambience you could ever want. So maybe just slow down a little bit and enjoy the scenery. But that's all for this time. See ya.